Hi and welcome back to the Ruby Tuesday. My name's Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's new film, Blood and Gold. Let me know in the comments below, were you excited about this? I've seen some people asking me, are you going to review this? It wasn't on my list to review until I started watching it, and then I finished it and thought, yeah, I want to talk about it. So let's discuss Blood and Gold. At the end of World War II, a German soldier is looking for his daughter while an SS troop is looking for a Jewish treasure. So first off, if you've recently seen the film Sisu, you're probably going to go, wait a minute, this looks a lot like Sisu. Even the storytelling, even the theme of it, with the gold, the way it is filmed, the action in it, it does feel like another one of those Hollywood moments where you get Dante's Peak and then Volcano and you get Armageddon and Deep Impact. However, it is a little bit different where our main protagonist is looking to try and get back to the only family member he has left, and along the way he finds himself teamed up with a woman who is trying to survive the SS troops in their town that are stealing everything that they have left, including the gold, the Jewish gold. And there's a little bit of a story around that. But so you get this little team up and a journey of them trying to survive. I found myself very quickly, once I understood that our protagonist is who he's fighting for and what he's fighting for, to root for him, to be the underdog. It does throw up a couple of interesting questions though. A lot of time in discussion when you're talking about the Nazis, it's almost like you throw in all Germans and Nazis, and because they, Nazis were German, they were all bad. This has this theme of seeing how the Germans had to, well, some of the German people had to deal with Nazis, and how even if they thought slightly different, they would be ostracized or killed, because there was only one way that at that time, being the dictatorship of Hitler. That was a very interesting theme along it. But for me, the most exciting thing about this, because I'm already rooting for the protagonist, is the action sequences. Very entertaining, well done, different use of old weaponry between axes, grenades, hand-to-hand combat. Everything is very close, but also very real and visceral. It's very similar to what the meaning of Sisu actually is, a person that keeps getting beaten and broken, but no matter what, they keep getting up because they have the will to fight for the thing. So no matter what little life they have left in them, they're going to keep going. And that is why when you get those visceral action scenes, you are rooting and holding your breath. You're rooting for them, you're holding the breath, because you're seeing some of the other people along the way that is met die, and you're like, no, I don't know if they're actually going to survive this. You never know with a film like this who's going to survive, and it keeps that sense of tension right until the end. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I thought it was very good. I might watch it again in a couple of years' time. It does feel like a little bit of a one-time watch. Now that I've seen it and I know the story, I would be in it for mostly the action, not necessarily the relationships that are formed behind it, because I already know it will stick in my mind. But the action scenes, the way they're filmed, you get to see it. There's nothing that's too close. The camera work is excellent. The explosions and everything is believable. When a person gets hit, you feel it through the camera and the technique they're using. Nobody feels like they're telegraphing punches. You see every stab, kick and grenade, the dust, all of it places you in the zone to be enjoying the grossness and the goriness of the fighting that is there. I mean, it is fairly gory and gross when it needs to be. I liked the characters and I liked the ending. I thought there was some comeuppance that happened to some of the characters that I was satisfied with, but also a somewhat realistic ending. There was one character decision that both my wife and I went, but why are you doing this? Which made us frustrated. Like the logic of the whole circumstance, what would you do in that? There was one moment where I was like, yeah, but you totally would do this thing instead. I thought this was a really fun watch. If I were rating it compared to Sisu, I would think Sisu is better, more tense, gritty, different aesthetic and feeling, but very similar. So let me know your thoughts and feelings. Have you seen Sisu? Are you going to watch this? Let me know what you thought and what you rated this, and let me know your favorite type of film like this, in this kind of genre and setting between the action stylistically. It's very kind of different to these old World War films. It's not really a World War film. It's very contained about the war going on and a little story that's happening during the war, which I think is much more personal and makes it more interesting to watch. So I'm going to give this 4 Nicolas Cages out of 5.
And you got one. Congratulations.
Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.